Welcome to another Solely Fit Yoga Flow. My name is Lance. Looking forward to flowing with you once again. Today's class is a restorative flow. This is really good if you're an athlete. It helps you to really take care of your hips and your spine, but also if you're just someone that sits a lot, or if you're someone that's a parent like me, where I'm just getting up and down constantly, this is really good for you just to take care of yourself, slow things down so that you can speed up and be better and feel better in every area of life. So without further ado, let's just find a comfortable seat on your mat, however you would like to sit, and that's comfortable for you. Find that position. I'm going to sit here and just start to close your eyes, relax your body, relax your shoulders, and start to drift into your own zone. Notice how you're breathing. As you inhale, you want to make sure that your belly is expanding. And as you exhale, our belly should shrink as the air leaves our lungs. Just a couple more breaths, diving deeper into your own zone. When you're ready, we're going to start with some box breathing to continue to dive deeper into our zone. So what that looks like, just to talk it out real quick. Let's say we start with 3 breaths on each side. I take 3 breaths on the inhale. 3 seconds on the inhale. Then I pause at the top of my inhale for 3 seconds. Then I exhale for 3 seconds. And then I pause at the bottom of the exhale for 3. So again, inhale for 3, pause at the top for 3, exhale for 3, pause at the bottom for 3. Okay, so together, let's start now with our box breathing. 3 seconds on each side. Again. Good. Now start to add a second, maybe a second or a half second to your box each side. So 4 seconds, 3.5 seconds, maybe even 5 seconds. And as you move through your box breathing, notice if your shoulders want to start creeping up towards your ears. Stay relaxed. All right, let's do 2 more boxes on our own. Very good. You can slowly open your eyes. On your next inhale, bring your hands to the sky, open through your core. Exhale, cactus. All the way down. Again, inhale, rising up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, cactus through the mouth. Good. Let's clear some more passageway. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. 2 more. One more time, restoring yourself. As the hands come down, plant your right hand down, reach your left hand over your head, stretching the side body of your left side. Good. On your next inhale, come back to that neutral position. Bring your left hand down to the left side. Right hand reaches over on your exhale. Good. Okay, now we're gonna bring our right hand over our head, over our left ear, and we're just gonna very easily use the gravity of our right hand to stretch the left side of our neck. So as the right ear gets closer to the right shoulder, we get a little deeper in the stretch. Again, this is gravity assisted, this is not forced. Keep relaxing that left shoulder as you stretch the left side of your neck. Good. Slowly let go of that left ear. Now bring your left hand over your right ear and stretch the right side of your neck. Continue to relax your right shoulder down. Very good. Okay, slowly coming out of your neck stretch. I will meet you in child's pose. So big toes connect, knees go wide, hips travel towards your heels. And we slowly walk our hands forward into child's pose. Chest coming down, head going down. What does restoration mean to you? A restorative practice not only opens up and restores our physical body, but also our mental body, emotional body. Helps us to slow down and become more present, connecting more to our spirit. Now from this child's pose, hands stay where they are. You're going to take a big inhale without movement. And as you exhale, you shift your middle of your back towards the sky as you roll your hips towards your wrists. So that's my exhale, and then I inhale as my hips get towards the floor and I open up into a cobra. As I exhale, I press my hands away, roll my middle of my back towards the sky, and shift my hips back towards my heels. Now before I move again, I take an inhale in child's pose. Exhale, rolling towards my wrists. Get big dome in the back. Inhale, lifting up through your heart. Exhale, rolling back. So just like a wave crashing onto the shore, first you take your inhale, swell up. Exhale, roll that wave onto the shore. Once you hit the shore, you take your inhale. Then you exhale, you roll back into the deep ocean, pressing your spine away the whole time. One more time from child's pose, swell up with the inhale. Big, big, big wave rolling towards land. Inhale, catch your breath. Exhale, roll back towards your heels. Very good. Coming back into our tabletop position. Let's bring our right foot in between our hands. Left knee stays down. Make sure you're nice and situated. We're going to come up into our low lunge position. First, find your balance here. Make sure you're not on a tight rope, so your right foot should be a little bit to the right of your left knee, so not right in perfect alignment. So you're nice and balanced. On your next inhale, we're going to shift forward into that long hip, shifting towards that right knee. As you exhale, we move into a half split. So sometimes we might need to walk that front foot forward to get a good alignment for a half split. Inhale, we shift back forward. Exhale, we press back, half split. Good. 2 more times on this side. Maybe you go a little deeper. Maybe go a little slower. Good, one more time. All right, let's go ahead and meet back in our tabletop. Left foot between the hands. Find your low lunge, good alignment. When you're ready, you're gonna inhale forward, stretching that long hip in the back. And as you exhale, you shift into your half split. You can adjust your heel and your foot as you need to. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And one more time, forward and back. In this practice, we're restoring our body on many different levels with a lot of focus and attention on the spine and the hips. So to dive deeper into the hips, after you finish that last slow lunge to half split flow, let's go ahead and take a seat. So we'll stay upright in our seat, heels down, toes up. You have the option of using your hands as a kickstand in the back. If not, you might not need the kickstand. You can go hands-free. What we're doing is opening our hips with our 90-degree hip flow. So we want to, as we roll to one side, have our knees and legs situated in 90-degree angles as best as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. And what we're doing is going back and forth. So as I open to the other side, this trail leg, I want to try to keep it down as long as possible. Inevitably, it will come anyways. And then we drop down as much as we can to the other side. Again, this is not to be forced. This is just to be eased into and practice over time to where you can start to work your knees down, so where you can start to use no hands as support. But wherever you are, just so that you can get that restorative quality in the hips, if you have to use your kickstand, if you have to limit your range of motion right now, it's fine, just do that. Still staying in your zone. What do your hips need? Maybe there's somewhere along the way of you transitioning where it's like, oh man, that feels really good. I'll stay there for a second. I can use my hands, stay open. Or you're really tight in a certain spot. Listen to your body. Okay, so as I cruise back to my original side that I started with on my hip flow, I'm gonna add a half pigeon stretch. So I'm here, and then keeping my chest up and an arch in my back so I get a deeper stretch in my front hip. I go down as I exhale. As I inhale, I come back up and transition to the other side. If you want to spend more than just that one breath in your half pigeon, feel free. Same thing, get situated, chest over the shin, arch in the lower back, chest stays proud, and then you roll to the other side. You'll see as you arch your back and keep your chest proud, you don't need to go as low. Let's do one more time on each side. The last side. Again, this is your practice, make it feel good for you. Very good, very good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and cross the legs up. If that feels uncomfortable, you can also sit on a block which helps elevate your hips so you're not such a demand on getting all pretzel-like. So, to the best of your ability, cross it up, starting from a tall position. Inhale, rise the arms high. Exhale, forward fold, and maybe walk your fingers out a little bit more. The goal here is to try to keep your hips rooted as much as you can to the floor as you stretch and travel away from the motherland. So as fingers get further away from your body, you'll feel a little bit more stretch in the lower back and the hips. Once your fingers have traveled as far as they want to go today, start to relax your chest towards the floor. Let's give ourselves 2 more big breaths here. Good. Slowly creep yourself back up to that seated position. Now, staying in this cross-legged position, we're going to orient our chest and our heart over our left knee. So we're facing over our left knee, and now we walk our hands in this 45-degree direction. Now you can feel that stretch in that. So your lower back has those really big, thick muscles that surround your lower lumbar spine. Those big straps can get really tight. They're part of your core. So just every once in a while, stretching those bad boys out, rolling them out with a foam roller. It's magical. Let's take 3 more breaths. Every exhale, sink that chest a little closer to your knee. And slowly walk yourself back up into that seated position. And you guessed it, moving now over our right knee. Good. 1 more breath. All right. Slowly pressing yourself back up. Again, this is our restorative practice, so everything today is going to be grounded on the floor. Nothing too crazy. All right, so now I'm facing back forward on my mat. You can still face your same way. And we're just going to work our way into a pigeon pose. So I'm going to start with my right knee coming towards my right wrist. Bam. I try to find the semi 90-degree angle in this leg right here. Talking about my ankle, but don't worry about if it's at a perfect 90. Even if it's looking more like that in and out sign, like a 7 or whatever it looks like, don't force it. You're gonna untuck those back toes. Option to use your block under your hip for some support, or you could also use it out in front right here. So whatever feels best to you. If you don't need it, you don't need it. We start propped up and then slowly working our way down as it is allowed by our hips. I'm just going to take 5 breaths here. All right, when you're ready, use your hands to press yourself back up. If you have your block under your hip, go ahead and remove it. You can kind of just sit down onto that cheek. Bring your knees under yourself. Hands plant back into your mat. Now let's bring our left knee to our left wrist. Create that angle close to 90 as you can without force. Untuck the back toes. Use your block as a prop as needed. And 5 breaths. Every exhale, relax down more into your mat. So growing up, I played a lot of sports. Didn't really do any practices like this at all until after I played. I still play basketball and very active, especially as a parent with 2 little ones. You know, there's a lot of squatting, a lot of different kind of awkward lifts. So saying that to say, the more that I do these kind of practices, the more effortless I'm able to do everything that I do. And I notice when it's been a few weeks and I haven't done anything like this, my body will talk to me in ways that I don't really appreciate it. But that's what happens when we don't address the different layers of movement and needs that our body has built in it, just from our DNA, from our ancestors. So movement is medicine as much as anything else. Beautiful. Okay. Very good. So it's rolling back onto our butt, to our seated position. Let's bring the soles of our feet together into a butterfly stretch. So really just stretching the insides of our legs, working all around the hips. Closer your heels are to your groin, the deeper the stretch. Obviously, as these knees get lower, the more stretch as well. So you can use your elbows a little bit to press into your inner thighs, but really just let gravity do its thing. Try to relax as much as possible here. Relax your shoulders. All right, let's go ahead and bring our knees together. Close that chapter. I'm gonna roll onto our back very slowly, like a spy. Oh yeah. Keep your knees into your chest for a little bit. And when it feels good to you, go ahead and drop your knees over to the right side. We're also going to bring both of our hands to the right side. So my bottom arm, my right hand is extended long, palm facing up. My left hand extended long, palm facing down, stacks right on top of that right hand. The best that you can, relax your head onto the floor. If you need to use a block as a pillow, that works. So what we're gonna do are some shoulder clocks. So as I inhale, I keep my left fingers down onto the floor as long as possible. So I'm inhaling overhead. As I get to about shoulder height on the back side, I exhale and bring my hand across my chest. So it's just a half circle, big inhale. The goal is to keep fingers down as long as possible. Exhale across the chest. Good, let's do 3 more of those. You have the spinal twist, the shoulder opener, chest opener. Anywhere that you feel stuck or stiff or tender along this journey of your fingers, pause there for a second, maybe even pause the video and just breathe. All right. Once you've done 5 clocks, go ahead and bring those knees into your chest and drop those knees off to the left side or the side that you didn't do. Same thing, hands stack on the left side. As you inhale, you trace a big circle over your head. As you get to shoulder height on the back side, you exhale across your chest. Good. So that's 1. Let's do 4 more on your own. Follow your breath. Good. 2 more big circles. Very good. When you're ready, bring those knees back into your chest. Find your yoga block. My yoga block's way over there, but we do need it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. Stay on your back. Keep your knees tucked into your chest. Locate your block, grab it if you need to get up and go grab it. If you need to go buy one on Amazon real quick, same day shipping. All right, so let's go ahead and plant our feet down onto the mat. You're gonna use this block and prop it under your hips, right where your waistband would be. So whatever height, find your height. I'm gonna go that medium height, a second level. And we're gonna start off in a supported bridge, so heels right out of reach from my fingertips. We're just sitting in this supported bridge, relaxing our hips as much as possible. Allowing the blood to flow from our legs down to our heart, down to our brain, fresh blood flow. Giving our heart a break from having to pump and receive all that blood all the way down to our legs. Now we let gravity kind of help us out. Let's take 3 more restorative breaths. Good, and from here, we'll also do a passive reclined butterfly. So soles of our feet together, you can adjust the height of your block, or you can just take the block out and go a little lower. Just notice how that feels. Just allow your knees to be heavy. Don't worry about working them down. Just allow them to do what they're gonna do. 5 breaths from here. When you're ready, close the book of your legs, remove your block, and roll your vertebrae down onto your yoga mat. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest, find a massage. You can stay here with your massage, or you can join me in Happy Baby, sliding your fingers to the outside edges of your feet or the pant legs, that's fine. And then slowly working our tailbone down towards the mat, knees coming into our armpit space. Just find a little bit of movement. You can move the legs, you can just roll on your back. Whatever feels good. Notice where you're feeling the stretch and consciously breathe into that area. Breathe some more life into these tight, stiff areas. And you can stay here in Happy Baby, or you can move into plow position, or starting off with shoulder stand, I should say. If it's in your practice, elbows will be rooted down into your mat, hands to your lower back, supporting the vertical position, toes going straight up to the sky, making sure your chin is out of your chest. You want to keep your throat wide open. And if you'd like to go a little deeper and it's in your practice, let's move into Plow Pose. So it's toes over your head, legs can stay straight, elbows can stay down, or you can extend your hands long. Also option to bend the knees. Again, keep your chin out of your chest and relax your spine. Allow it to decompress. 3 more breaths wherever you are. Very good. Wherever you are, you can use your hands, your hands to support yourself coming out of your shoulder stand or your plow. Let's finish up with knees back into our chest one last time. Any last massage or any trigger point you want to hit before we release, go ahead and find that now. Okay, so last thing we're going to do before we move into Savasana is give ourselves the biggest hug we've ever given ourselves. We're going to wrap our arms around our knees and our shins. We're going to take a big inhale through our nose and hold it for 3 seconds. Not yet though. So finish your last massage. Slowly start to wrap your arms around your knees and your shins. And take one big inhale, really big, and hold it. Squeezing every muscle in your body for 3. Tight hug as tight as you can. 2, tighten every muscle. 1, relax into Shavasana. Expanding open. Take up all that space. Nothing to do here. Simply notice and allow your body to melt into your mat, into the floor. Allow your energy to become one with peace, with trust, with appreciation. As your bones and muscles and every cell in your body becomes heavier, becomes more one with the earth underneath you, just notice how your breath is moving. If you'd like, you can pause the video and spend a little more time down here in Shavasana. Otherwise, let's slowly start coming back to life by wiggling our toes and fingers, waking up our wrists and ankles, stretching however feels right, to the sides, overhead, across. Oh, yeah. When you're ready, slowly roll over to one side, fetal position. A little cherry on top. How does it feel to be you today, especially after a practice like this? When you're ready, use that top hand to press the ground away, moving yourself into that seated position we started class with. You can let your eyes stay closed or a soft gaze and just kind of notice how your body's feeling right now. What parts of your body or your mind, or just energy in general, feels more at ease and more at peace? more open and relaxed. To finish things off, just how we started them, we're gonna finish with box breathing one more time. So just 3 boxes on your own, either at 3, 4, or 5 seconds on each side. So again, that's inhaling for that allotted time, pausing at the top for that same amount of time, exhaling for that time, pausing at the very bottom of your exhale before you inhale again for the same length of time as the other sides. So finish your 3 boxes. Let's do 2 more. Shoulders drifting away from your ears. Maybe starting to lift the right and left corner of your lips. Yeah, there's that beautiful smile. Finish your last box. Thank you again for practicing with me. I know there's many videos out there that you could be doing, but we deliver, we meaning I, deliver these practices from my heart. So in that way, it is very different. The way it's delivered and presented. And come to this practice whenever you need to take a break. If it's been a long week, a long day, if you've been really working yourself athletically or just in any way, this is really good to just restore your body. It's quick, simple, and share with as many people as you think would benefit from a video like this. I really appreciate it. I'll see you on the next video. Until next time, namaste.